Okay, so everyone's talking about this movie, Santosh, right? And get this. It's about a widow in rural India who takes over her late husband's job as a police constable.
Wow.
And ends up investigating the murder of a young girl.
Interesting.
All while dealing with a society that's not exactly, known for its gender equality.
Right.
Sounds pretty intense, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we're doing a deep dive today based on a review from the Movie Ticket Films review app
Okay.
to see if Santosh is worth adding to our watch lists.
I'm ready.
And what makes this film so special?
I think what really grabs me is how they use this crime drama to explore these deeper issues. It's not just about, cracking the case.
Yeah.
It's about challenging norms and expectations, especially around women.
Absolutely. And the setting plays a huge role here, right?
Oh, for sure.
The review mentions rural North India.
A very traditional patriarchal society.
Yeah, for those who maybe aren't familiar with that term.
Sure.
We're talking about a society where men typically hold the power and women are often expected to take a back seat.
Exactly, and that's the backdrop for our main character, Santosh Saini,
Right.
who suddenly finds herself in this position of authority.
As a police constable.
A job usually held by men.
Yeah, it's like the film is intentionally setting up this clash
Totally.
between her ambitions and what society expects of her.
It's about a woman breaking free from those expectations and finding her own power,
In a system that might not be ready for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of powerful up, the review can't stop raving about Shahana Goswami's performance as Santosh.
Oh, she's phenomenal.
They describe her as vulnerable, yet strong.
Yes.
Resilient even.
There's this one scene they highlight.
Oh, yeah.
Where she confronts a group of men who basically dismiss her authority.
Oh, well.
And that's where you see Goswami's talent shine.
Really?
Her ability to show both vulnerability and this unwavering strength. It's incredible. If her performance is as good as they say, that alone might be worth the price of admission.
It sounds amazing. And this isn't just a crime thriller, right?
Not at all.
It tackles some serious issues.
Absolutely. It critiques those rigid gender roles we talked about,
Right.
showing how they limit women.
Okay.
But then it goes a step further.
How so?
By showing a woman not just taking on a position of authority, but excelling in it.
Oh, wow.
It's like a statement about potential that's often ignored.
I also read that Santosh is an international co-production
Oh, yeah.
with teams from India, the UK, Germany, and France.
Wow. That's a lot of collaboration.
I know, right? And the review says this brings a diverse narrative style and a global perspective.
And you can see that in how they tell the story visually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the review talks about how the cinematographer blends traditional Indian aesthetics with a more modern European style.
Interesting.
Like a unique visual experience.
That reflects the global nature of the film.
Exactly, something you don't see every day.
And it adds a whole other layer to the story.
For sure.
Speaking of adding layers, this film has some serious accolades.
Oh, yeah, it's gotten a ton of praise.
It premiered at the prestigious 77th Cannes Film Festival.
Not an easy feat.
And was recognized as one of the top 5 international films of 2024 by the National Board of Review.
Wow, so it's making waves.
Big time. And then there's the BAFTA nomination.
For outstanding debut.
Highlighting the new talent involved.
Right.
But let's be honest. The big one is.
The Oscar buzz.
Exactly. The UK chose Santosh as their entry for Best International Feature Film at the 97th Academy Awards.
So it's a huge deal.
It puts the film and its themes on a global stage.
Given everything we've talked about, it's not surprising.
Right.
Powerful story, important issues, and a captivating cinematic experience.
And all of this is based on the review from the Movie Ticket Films review app.
A pretty solid source.
Their final verdict. Powerful storytelling, gripping plot, and incredible performances.
Everything we've been saying.
So should you add Santosh to your watch list?
I'd say so.
From what we've learned, it sounds like an unforgettable film.
You know what I think is really interesting?
What's that?
This film could really spark some conversations.
Like what kind of conversations?
About how societal expectations impact women in positions of authority.
Okay.
Not just in India, but everywhere.
Right.
How do we challenge those norms?
Yes.
How do we create a more equitable world?
Big questions.
Definitely worth thinking about.
If you're curious to learn more,
Absolutely.
I'd recommend checking out the trailer or the Movie Ticket app
Good idea.
to dive deeper into Santosh.
Sounds like a plan.
This is a film that seems to have a lot to say,
I agree.
and it might just stay with you long after the credits roll.
For sure.